Hey ladies, it's Shayna, and I am so excited to share some of my daily rituals with you. If I were to share all of my daily rituals, I would just pretty much have you with me all day long because I have many rituals. But here are some rituals that not only do I use on a daily basis to keep me grounded and centered, but that I think are so simple and easy and can often go overlooked, especially if we don't know about them or don't really know why or don't experiment with them. So these are some rituals that I think that everyone could be doing on a daily basis, whether it's in the morning, midday, or right before bed, to help clear out negative energy, to balance the nervous system, to create more peace of mind. Because when we have rituals in our lives, yes, they serve as an aspect of meditation. It's something that we go to every day. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily classify brushing your teeth as a meditation, but there is a ritual in that. It's something that we do for our own well-being, our own self-care. So why not, besides just taking a shower and brushing our teeth and going to work and doing all of those routine ritualistic activities, why not do things on a daily basis besides working out that are going to shift our energy, especially if you ever experience tension, stress, anxiety, fear, worry, doubt, all of that. I think the solutions to those experiences and those mental states doesn't only come from changing our lives or from fixing a problem, but from how we're relating to ourselves. And are we taking the time for ritual? Are we taking the time for stillness? So especially if meditation in general is like a big question mark, or you're not sure how, I like using tools and rituals as a source of getting back into harmony with my inner peace. Because you've got inner peace no matter what's going on in your life, no matter what's going on in any of our lives. There is a way to tap in to a well of wellness, a well of inherent well-being that is within, that ultimately is going to guide our way in the greatest direction with the least amount of friction. So, all that being said, one of my daily rituals, which is like no question, when I wake up in the morning, I created this little bottle it's a mixture of peppermint oil and distilled water. So the reason that I mixed it myself, I bought this glass jar at a health food store. I bought just a regular organic peppermint oil, therapeutic grade, and I add distilled water, half and half. Sometimes I do more peppermint than water. It's not about the exact proportions. The fact that it's mixed is because of how I use it. First, I spritz it. This is not morning, but I'm going to pretend it is. It does something to my brain, I'm telling you. I spritz it, peppermint oil on its own, and certain essential oils, but especially peppermint. It's very energizing and it's very strong usually, especially when it's on its own in a little oil container and it's not blended. So the reason I add water is because what I do is I spray it on my hand, I rub my palms together. I take a big whiff. I literally feel it go into my brain. And then what I do with it on my hands is I will rub it. I'll take my pointer fingers and I'll put my pointer fingers in my ears and all around my ears. So it's going in and all around the sides, my earlobes, behind my ears, and down my neck. And then I also put it on my temples, not too close to your eyes. And this is another reason that I use this mixed with water, so it's less intense. And sometimes I just put a little dab below my nose so I can get that smell. Putting it in my ears, I feel like it creates this open channel in my entire brain, like from one ear to the other. It's like this bridge that literally gives me mental clarity. So this is something I do in the beginning of the day because it's energizing. It's literally can be an alternative for those of you who want to reduce your amount of caffeine in the morning or coffee, or are looking for a natural energy boost. It's so simple. All right, I think I put it a little bit too close to my eyes because they're getting teary. So don't put it too close to your eyes. So peppermint oil is one of my go-tos. It kind of gets the day going. It gets me inspired and creative. And then my other rituals are burning things. So I burn 3 different things at different times of day. And in the morning, I burn Palo Santo. So Palo Santo in Spanish actually means sacred wood or holy wood. This is used as a ceremonial cleansing of different types of energies. And because it comes from a tree that usually grows in South America, it's grounding. So it's not burning Palo Santo, it's not just about the smell. It's not just about the smell. It's not like, oh, I'm going to put a Febreze or a potpourri in my house and it'll smell good. It's really about the energy of the smoke and what it does to help us feel more grounded, more inspired, more clear-minded. Now, you can burn Palo Santo any time of day. I just have this ritual of making my morning organic Americano, having my peppermint oil, and sitting with Palo Santo while listening to some Zen music. That's what I do. That's my ritual. So I associate Palo Santo with the beginning of the day. So I'm going to get my lighter right here. Should have had it on the couch, but it's close enough. So with Palo Santo, it's a little bit different than incense, which we'll get to after, but Palo Santo is a wood. You can buy it online or at a health food store. Whole Foods, I know, has them. So you take a lighter and you basically burn the edge. And notice that I'm holding it down on about a 45-degree angle. This is what allows it to capture the flame. And you wait. Notice how I'm waiting about 10 to 15 seconds until I can see that the edge of the wood is either creating more of an amber color, it's getting more red, or it actually catches the flame in general. And then I hold it down and you'll notice it starts to smoke. Hopefully you can see the smoke. And you can blow on it to keep the smoke burning. And you can wave it around. You can wave it around your body, around your bed. You can use it in your car. Just be mindful. Now, unlike a candle or an incense stick, the Palo Santo will burn out on its own. It's not meant to stay. It's just meant to be used as a brief cleansing. Oh, it creates such a peaceful vibe. If you're a creative person and you want to get into a different mode, say you were just, I don't know, having an argument with someone or doing your taxes and you want to go back into writing poetry or doing something more creative, change the energy. If you had a guest staying at your house that maybe a little bit of their energy is lingering and it's not so exciting, Palo Santo it up, okay? I do this more for my own creativity and grounding, and sage is what I do more so to clear other people's energy, but I'll get to that. When you're burning Palo Santo, you can use a little plate. This is just a metal plate. Put it on the plate. Don't leave it in places. Just warning, do not cause fires. Okay, next, we've got sage. So sage is dried sage. It's a plant. It's a plant that grows up, whereas Palo Santo is a tree that is rooted and it grows down. So they both have their different cleansing and energetic properties. Sage, very similar. It cleanses negative energies. It's used in different traditional ceremonies for clearing out and creating more peace of mind. How is it that something that's just is burning and smells a certain way can create peace of mind? In fact, the essential oil of sage and of Palo Santo have been proven to reduce inflammation, to protect against different type of diseases. So sage burns a lot more. It's the same way that you light it up. Notice how I'm moving it around to create some more air and friction so it stays burning. Same thing, you put sage on a plate, it'll continue burning. To me, the difference between Palo Santo and sage are simply preference in terms of the energies of them. You won't know until you start using them. So you just burn it again, morning, midday. I sometimes have Airbnb guests stay with me, and when they leave, I sage the entire house. When I clean, I will sage when I clean. It's a very uplifting energy, and to me, I can feel when I walk into, I think the first time I actually ever experienced sage was at a massage place, a holistic massage place. I walked in and it felt as if like I was walking into, I don't know, like the Garden of Eden. It was like this fresh nature energy. Meanwhile, I was indoors. So sage can bring us back to a sense of feeling natural, feeling connected to nature, which is going to help us feel inspired, energized, and more relaxed in all realms of our life. So sage and Palo Santo are in the same category in terms of cleansing negative energy. If you're in a weird mood and you want to like just change that, instead of trying to figure it out in your mind, burn a stick of Palo Santo or burn a thing of sage and you'll be good. You can get sage online. You can get it at Whole Foods or health food stores. Last but not least is good old Nag Champa incense. Can you see that? Can you see Nag Champa? Yeah, there we go. This is like the most traditional incense there is. It's from India. You can get this anywhere online. It's like $2 for a box. And I love burning incense because not just the scent. Nag Champa is just like the traditional classic scent. I burn other incense too, but incense to me is not only like a spiritual tradition, but it's something about, it teaches me something. So if I burn a stick of incense, I just burn the edge. Similar to the others, you wait a little bit until it catches. And I always like to see the actual flame. And then the flame eventually, you blow it and it burns out and it stays lit. You'll see the red amber at the end. This you would not put on a metal plate. You would put it in an incense holder. So you can find incense holders online, or you can use an avocado. That's my secret. It's probably not the smartest, but I just stick it into an avocado or a lemon and you keep it burning. This will burn. So if you're going to leave the house, you're going to want to put it out. You put it out before you leave. You don't keep it burning because it is definitely a fire hazard. So incense is going to definitely change the scent around you wherever you are. But there's something about a stick of incense that when it's burning, it takes a long time. It takes a long time to burn to the end. And in its burning, as it's burning, it releases more of its beauty, more of its fragrance, which to me reminds me sometimes of the challenges in my life that while I'm going through them, I'm like, why is this happening to me? You know, like this sucks, or this should be different, especially when I'm facing stressful situations, which are inevitable. And when I burn incense and when I contemplate incense and I meditate on it, it's just this reminder that our struggles are actually opportunities for us to learn more about ourselves so that we can share our gifts with the world. So I like burning it because it just brings me into that meditative state. So you can explore different types of incense. Nag Champa is just like the easiest to get, and I think it smells the most neutral, and it's from India, so it's got that, you know, spiritual vibe. But you can also get Copal. Copal is a wonderful incense, or just find different types, frankincense incense or rose, something that when you burn it, it just makes your entire being feel and say yes. So these are some of my rituals. Again, like I said, these are kind of like the basics that I like must do whenever I'm home. Something's burning. Even a candle. I feel like you guys all know about candles. Like burn a candle. It's going to make you feel more grounded. But I'm really more into these more sacred, ceremonial woods and burnings of the Palo Santo, the sage, and the incense to keep me grounded, inspired, and everything that we consume, whether through food, through television, through people, through experiences, through work, through love, is going to affect and shift our consciousness. So be open enough and curious enough to consider that even a shift in, wow, the scent, the energy, the vibe of my own home or my living space or my workspace can create a lot more neural pathways in our brain to help us think more clearly and feel more centered in our being. So I hope you'll try some of these for yourself at home. If you have any questions, let me know, and I'm here for you to keep you grounded and help you find whatever rituals and routines that are going to bring you more joy, more bliss, and well-being in your life. I will see and talk with you guys soon. Namaste.